say it changed. If you want, we'll set the reservation. Yo, what's happening, guys? I like to fill my sketchbook pages with figures, especially this one. I'll show you some of the stuff from the past so you can see kind of what you're in for. This is one here. Ha ha ha! What's up, Ray Barry? What up, Zion? Here's some more. So here's some Spawn layouts for a cover that never happened. Here's some more and more. So what you guys are in for is to watch some sketches happen in real time. I'm gonna change the music up so I don't get in trouble with YouTube's privacy policy. We'll put on music I own. Let's do that. All right. Well, you'll believe now when you watch it happen. All right. All right. You guys are up above my head right now, so I won't be able to read chat. But I'll just start sketching. I think Rayberry 3 is wanting a Spider-Man. I'll draw a Spider-Man pose. When I do these figures, I try to make them sort of nondescript, but we'll know it's Spider-Man by some of what I'm gonna do. Right? Nothing says Spider-Man like hitting that web shooter. Doing that'll do it too. Pull this off, get that white noise out of that way. Put something on here. Change the panel. Do some more small ones. Come on, mute. There we go. probably throw some heads in here too. Some faces. Let's talk about structure of faces. Let's see if that's on there. When I think of faces and heads, I try to think of them with the idea of volume. And one of the things that I teach is the idea of a toaster and a can, like a can of beans, and how being able to draw a toaster at any angle above, like that's where the toast goes, or slightly from underneath, there's where the toast goes, right? And same with the can. We can draw it this way, we can draw it from the top, we can draw it from the bottom, we can draw a can and a toaster, right? So the idea is that you combine them. So if I take this toaster and I put this here and I put a center line on that toaster and I put a can right underneath that toaster and then draw a line here, put a circle there, suddenly I have the shape of a head, and I can put the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and all those forms. We understand the geometry of that because we know the toaster and the can shape, right? That's a real basic sort of version of it, but I think about those shapes when I draw a face. So if I'm going to draw a 3/4 angle, those structures are still underneath there. I'm thinking about the straight of that brow and how the eye would fit under there, the nose, and how that mouth will wrap around, sort of like the can. So this is the sort of stuff I think about when I do a face. And then of course we think about lighting. If I had like light coming from this side, the under part of that would be a little darker. This nose would cast a bit of a shadow over there. Same with the lip, and this side of the cheek would be like that. And the nose would cast a little bit, and the underside of that, see more of that part of the lip. So that's how you would do the lighting part of it. All right, I'm going to teach you another thing about figures, since you guys are watching. All right, so I tend to think of the torso as this shape. This is your collarbone. It curves from the front, from the shoulder out to the front, and you can drop your center line there, and from there your chest connects. That's the bottom of the rib cage. Shoulders connect here, like that. The hip is sort of shaped like that. You got these obliques. These are usually what the love handles grow on, like that. And then of course you got your six pack, right? So that's your torso. And then this area here is where the legs would go. Arms too, I'm thinking of in groups. So I got shoulder, this cylinder, and this tapering cylinder. Something that's really interesting to think about is the idea of contours. So if I draw two similar shaped worm shapes, okay, we don't know which way these are going, right? So I can cut this off here, and cut this off here, this off here, this off here. Now let's say I wanted all of this worm to be coming towards us. I would just do this. Follow the curve of that worm. So that worm is clearly going towards us. But what if I wanted some to go away from us and towards us and away? So this is going away. Suddenly now towards us. Do this again, and now look, it's bent again, and it's towards us. Even though those are the same silhouettes, with these contours, I changed what was happening to the form. Same thing I'm thinking about here when I'm doing these arms, right? So this is coming towards us, that's why I have that contour going that way, and this is going away from us. So I know if I need to put that arm going away, in my mind at least, I'm thinking about this. And this is valuable as well if you're going to do some rendering. You want your rendering to always follow the form. So let's say I have let's do a bicep into the forearm, and the bicep comes here, tricep, elbow, a little bit of shoulder going into the chest. Okay, let's say here's the arm right there. Well, I'm saying that this is gonna go away from us, right? So if I did like what's happening as far as going away from us, so all of our rendering is gonna follow that. So even for this bicep, it's gonna go along with that. Even underside here, even these dot marks on the underside are gonna wrap with this form. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna give it the illusion of having volume that's going away from the camera. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. Excuse me, I was just in Las Vegas at a convention and I caught some sort of convention cold, or con crud they call it. Another thing I like to do is play with proportions. Okay, let's do that on the next page. I'm gonna draw similar sized and shaped torsos. Okay, so there's this torso here, like that. Gave it the collarbone, the center. Let's go with the chest, rib cage, obliques. Okay, let's do the same thing over here. They're essentially the same. Okay. Now what we're going to do with proportions is, let's say I want this to be sort of a Spider-Man kind of guy, right? Gonna make sure the head is a little bit larger, right? The shoulders are nice and big, and the arms are a little skinny and lanky, but there we go, okay? Even this guy's a little buff for being Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Now, if I'm gonna do Hulk over here, watch what happens. Same torso. Gonna make these shoulders. Elbows are still falling in the same place. This is where the crazy stuff's gonna happen. Watch this. See that? Proportions, hotter, not size and height. Like if Spider-Man was next to him, he'd be down here with that. With his Spider-Man proportions, right? And if Hulk was here, he'd be up here with his big Hulk proportions. But anyway, you can see these torsos and everything were the same size, but by head size and relationship of shoulders and even Hulk, we might want to thicken his waist up a little bit. You get the gist of how you can really get crazy with those proportions. And same thing, like if you're gonna move this figure like the Hulk, let's say here I've got his body and he's, say he's jumping, right? to make sure those legs are really little in relation to his big body. He's got those big arms, right? And this little head. Big old arms and little legs. But anyway, that you have Hulk jumping, and if you had Spider-Man in that same pose, smaller, skinnier arms, the legs would be definitely in a different, they're almost size-wise similar. These are shorter and stockier. But anyway, this is Proportions 101. Anyway, I hope you guys had some fun. That was 19 minutes of all kinds of goods. Next song. All right, guys, if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. If you already are, thank you so much. Coming up with a new episode soon, hopefully this week. I will talk to you soon. Thank you.